I would like you to arrive here in this moment. So I would like you to center. Please keep centering with your breath within you consciously. Let your breath arrive at your heart center, and as it arrives, feel yourself present, your feet grounded to the earth, yourself connected to your crown, and see that you're aligned within yourself from your feet into your heart, into your crown. Wow, and you're here into Nahi Soch Ki Nahi Udan. So I'm sure, when, at least when this came to me, I was actually thinking that what is the spark? Should I go for a talk like this? And the title itself says it's Nahi Soch. So I took my first step. It was spark, because I have not spoken on a platform like this, sharing my journey. We always do therapies and healings and leading sessions, but never shared my journey. So I said, wow, it's a lovely space. And now you two are here. So of course, you received your invitations, and there is something within you that is planned by your soul today that is about to take a flight, or a thought that has been waiting, or something that is just ready to take your flight. So they say we are like icebergs. Only 10% of who we are is visible to the world. Our titles, our clothes, our conscious self. But beneath this lies that 90%, a subterranean world of unspoken words, ancestral echoes, hidden wounds. I am Rupal, and my journey didn't start in a living room. She does share, my all titles and many more that you all don't know. But that's only the 10% of what you're seeing. Let me take you through that 90% where I started with. So it was my journey where I saw my brother on bed for years down the line. And as he was on bed in coma state, I saw my parents struggle. I saw long waiting hospital rooms. I saw multiple doctors, different therapies. But as it allows me to reflect all of my childhood, it used to be a sudden event that unfolded, an entire family like a support there to take care of every bit. It was 16 long years of his journey on bed into that vegetative state. It was not easy. As I had my childhood, he had his suffering growing on bed. Parents had challenges with his therapies, so at times they weren't available. But I was so lucky that I had family, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, all there around me to help me, take care of me. But I feel at times looking at my brother and seeing other children, I did feel that if I too could have a brother, and I would have also played with him, shared things with him, had lovely times with him. But I did have a question constantly haunting me. How is it that I can participate with his healing, his therapy? I saw medical sciences failing into these areas. In fact, they depleted his health. So there was always a question that if there is something that the body is broken with, but there is some search within, some inner engineering that can pull him out. And that's where at 16, I had my first spark, where I had this whole vision that I want to heal, I want to serve. And as I saw people suffering in the hospitals, there was a strong desire to work for people, to get him out of the state, to help people. If medical sciences fail, where is it and how is it that the body's wisdom steps in? And I started learning hands-on therapy. It was truly a bliss when I started applying the therapies. I started applying on myself, my brother, friends, families, neighbors, all who came for it. The best part here was that acute illnesses just vanished. It brought me joy, peace, there was a rush of sudden success that, wow, I am on plan, and it can just give me what I'm looking forward to. But I even noticed with time that acute illnesses were getting cured, but chronic illnesses at times were failures. The help was very limited, which made me explore medical science. I went in for learning acupuncture, homeopathy. I ventured medical sciences to understand how does the body function, and is it limited only to the body, which allowed me even further explore my journey with noticing that we need to dive in deeper than the body. Homeopathy was a real deep dive in understanding a human mind and how does it operate. And very beautiful thing that came to my notice, that if two people are diagnosed with same disease, same treatment is given, but the outcome is very different. And that led me out to a further question too, that how is this possible? And why isn't it that they are healing? And this question kept on repeating to the time where I had answer within me that there is something when we learn to silence, that is the voice of your own self. When you learn to silence your own voice, body starts storing and clogging your energy field. And that's where you have yourself shutting down. Your heart center slowly, gradually starts shutting down. And that's where I had a very deep learning that pain is not your enemy. Any pain that your body reflects as is a part of you, that information your body is sharing, the attention that it wants. It wants you to honor, it wants you to listen to it. And so I went on exploring this part as I met people, I treated them, and as I had limitations again, I kept exploring. I got a very deep dive in with pain that I reflected onto my own journey, where I had that I started my journey at 16 was a deeper zone where actually I carried my pain of my parents. I carried the pain of many people that I saw, and I didn't even know when did I carry. I felt that I have to lead it. This is a load that I need to carry. I need to treat. I need to create healing into the world. People should not suffer. But that realization brought me a deeper awareness that we carry a lot of load what is not ours. Sometimes it comes from your ancestral lineage. Sometimes it even comes from your parents. It's not your own. Some can be of your own. But it's very, very important that you learn to offload the load that you've picked it up as a baggage. And that's where I felt again there was a deeper revolution, a change on my journey, on my path. It was like, when you believe God, the magic is what takes over the logic. And that's where whole journey shifted. More communication with people, more integration, a deeper dive. I was operating at a level where I started noticing that it's no more me as a part, Rupal, or the person that has experienced and picked up. I felt I was placed onto this journey. It was my soul's plan, witnessing this all events, connecting with people, helping them tap into the areas where they have never seen themselves. I am the light, and I can definitely light up the same light in that individual. My work was just more and more of aligning that person with that own energy rather than receiving a support of an external system, re-tapping into its own space with different modalities and allowing the body's wisdom to resume back and take over. And my journey kept unfolding. From there, I went to mentoring, a lot of therapies, modalities, wherein it became a channel that if you believe in your journey and your plan, then the assistance is always there. And I believe that always in the middle of all the challenges, all the paths, to the level from my teenage to the college time. When I got married, had children, there were times where work was really challenging as I was on a very big mission to heal. It was not possible to be available at every place, but yes, my journey continued. My family supported me. Very important key takeaways that please listen to your pain. It is talking to you. It wants you, and when you listen to it, it allows you to offload the burden that you're carrying. Very important that you trust that spark which shows up to you, that intuition that guides you, and be with your family. Your family is your backbone. Your family is where you come from. Just trust the process. Trust that divine guidance, because there is a plan that you align with since you are here. And when you trust that spark, you live that moment, you end and close your patterns, and that's where you're ready for your new manifestation, your new spark. Thank you so much for listening to me and for joining me on this journey. As I was reflecting on mine, you too would be reflecting on yours. And I keep allowing you to reflect. By the time you leave from here, I'm sure that spark, that thought within you has already taken a flight. Thank you so much. Thank you.